Video 3. Let's go.
How is it going today, Lloyd? Kingdom Eyes, Dwayne.
My name's Jazz.
We're on the way to Jazz till we have 12 Horror Stories animated compilation June 2019.
From Wansee.
Wansee, you know, we told you I was going to finish. Would you like some cookies?
Yes, I do.
That was a little meme we got. Anyway, if you guys have any requests, please follow us on social media in the link in the description.
Right.
I'll stop.
My grandmother tried to kill me.
I forgot how many scary my grandmother stories it was.
2007.
Yeah.
And my birthday was approaching. Most of my family had already told me the gifts I would receive.
Your grandma already
like
looked
a new
at
Wii
it.
along with video games for it.
On the side, did you
My
see it?
grandmother
Grandma
didn't
going
tell
to
me anything.
Look,
Now,
look.
My grandmother had
Oh,
always been a
shit.
strange woman. She wasn't very talkative,
At least you
but I
didn't go
liked
to
to hear the
sleep and
stories she told. They were creepy, but intriguing.
Me, I'm about to die.
She told me she was going to give me a
Why do
book.
you always got to do her teeth
She
like that?
didn't show it to me, nor did she tell me what it was about.
Okay.
The dental roll.
Once my birthday rolled around, I was opening gifts from my loved ones.
Aw.
When I got to my grandmother's
Grandma
present,
did.
I opened it up and I saw a book with a pentagram carved into its front
Pentagram.
A
cover.
what?
I
Pentagram?
picked it up
Oh,
and
no.
thought
Throw that
nothing of it,
away.
She in a
because
cult.
at the time,
She
I
a
didn't know
demon.
what the shape was.
No.
Yeah, started David
As
upside
soon as
down.
I grabbed it, though, everything went pitch black.
Oh, no.
When I woke up, my family was surrounding me, and my mom was scolding my grandmother about
Why would
giving
you
me
do
the book.
that?
My grandmother looked at
I
me,
mean, the
but her
grandmother
eyes
looked like
were
a wig.
evil looking.
And a devil.
That night
Come
was
on.
How about that life?
sounded pretty
Susan?
sweet. But suddenly, something woke me up.
Oh, look at her hands.
I looked around and saw
Demon
nothing.
claws. Haven't
Then,
trained them things in
suddenly-
6 months.
I saw a shadowy figure in the doorway looking at me.
Oh my God.
Oh, me mom.
This wasn't a case of sleep
Go
paralysis
back to
because
bed,
I was
Mom.
able
You
to
could
move.
move.
But that
Oh,
didn't
my
comfort
God.
me because that meant it was real
Oh,
life.
no.
No.
That's some Five Nights at Freddy's.
The figure crept closer and closer to me. When I looked
Jump out that
closer
window,
at the
boy.
figure, I
Run.
saw gray hair and crooked teeth.
Now she
She
like
need
a
to
zombie.
go.
That's when I knew
Oh,
it was my
jump.
grandmother.
Out the window.
I screamed and ran past her, but she grabbed me and tossed me back. I noticed she had something in her hand, but I couldn't tell what it was.
A knife hammer?
I saw one of my toys that I had gotten a few years ago,
Throw it.
picked it up and threw it at her.
That was smart.
She fell to the ground and I ran past her, telling my parents.
Jesus.
My
Exactly.
parents called the police
Thank
when they
you.
got there and arrested her.
Exactly.
Thank you.
The thing she
Where
had
the
in her
cops go?
hand
Like, sit
was a
down.
knife,
Mm-hmm.
and she was planning on killing me. To this day,
Get your ugly tail
I
out of
wonder
here.
what would have happened if that toy wasn't lying
Frankenstein's
there.
You would have
bride.
died.
Yeah.
Would've been
Or you
cut
would have
up.
had to, throw some punches.
Yeah, do something.
Do
Would've
something.
been cut up.
Imagine your grandma tries to kill you.
Yes.
That's wild.
Creepy man tried to kidnap me in the bathroom.
This happened to me when I was a young girl, maybe 7 or 8.
Here come
Can y'all
that.
stop getting this grown man?
Let him do his thing.
Yes, James Earl
We went
Jones.
from store
I'm
to
used to
store.
it now.
Mostly for me. I was a spoiled kid. We went into a coat store. And I was pretty bored, so I would constantly walk away from my mother to
Yeah,
play and
James
stuff
Earl
as I
Jones.
did in every other store.
No.
Don't do
Yeah,
that.
My
don't
mother
do
would
that.
always call my name, and
Yeah.
I'd go running to her.
There you go.
This time, I was playing in a round coat rack. My mother called my
hair.
name, and I ran out.
Like a
I ran
whole
right into
sword.
this older man.
Uh-oh.
Then he grabbed me.
Really?
He grabbed me by my wrist.
What?
Mm-hmm.
the
I
heck?
believe that
Wow,
people try to
smart.
kidnap people's children
I told
on
him
a
because I
daily.
have to get to my mom. He then told me he could take me to her, but I
No.
said no, and he let go. It was
Just to
weird
kill the
because
two?
I saw this man in almost every store he went
He
to,
was following you.
but he never had any bags. After that store, I had to use the bathroom really bad, so I
Oh,
went
no.
while my mother went to the food court.
No!
I
Wow.
sat down to use it for maybe a
Took your
minute
mom
when
with
someone
you.
else came in.
Uh-uh.
The person walked right up to my stall.
No.
At this point, I was just looking at the person's shoes.
Oh.
They were men's shoes.
Mm-mm.
I was confused of why a man would be in here.
So nobody else is in the bathroom?
Before I could look up, the man said, "Hey, Yaya, everything okay in there?
Don't open the
I'll
door.
come in if you want me to."
Nope.
Oh, no.
Nope.
No.
It was the man from the store.
And he's looking.
I
Looked them.
This
and I
man
could see his
eyes
eyes
on
peeking through
crack.
the crack of the door.
Oh, my God.
He then
You know you're
started
messing
shaking the
with me.
stall. I began to scream. I've
Yeah,
never
that
been
works.
so afraid in my life. Then 2 women walked into the
There
bathroom
we
and the
go.
man took off.
There you go.
These women took me to my
Get your
mother.
There you go.
Police. They found him due
Thank
to the
you.
cameras.
Get him.
I don't know what his intentions were, but the police said he probably would have kidnapped me.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
Herbert the pervert.
from that time on,
3.0.
I would never leave my parents' side while in public.
Thank you.
Exactly. Or
I got
Tory
lost in
Taser
the
with
mall
you.
once when I was little, and I got scared. And then my
Yeah.
mom found me. I started crying and stuff. I never left her again.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't leave her on intentionally. I just
By
stopped
accident?
like to look at something in the window, and I looked back and they was gone. I was lost. I was
Oh.
crying.
This happened
I ain't
2
gonna have
months
with our
ago in
kids.
January
No, I'm gonna be
2019.
looking.
Yeah.
My parents went out to a party. They told me they wouldn't be back until at least 3 a.m. in the morning because the party was supposed to start at 8 p.m. And the party was going to be in New Jersey.
New
We
Jersey.
live in Connecticut.
Oh,
so
it's
it
Oh,
that's
takes
kinda
a while
close,
to get
though.
there and back.
Oh, no,
Deep
never
New
mind.
Jersey.
They went almost 2 Maryland. Jesus.
Me to be
Wow.
responsible because I'm 15 years old.
He's 15.
Okay, you
When
are.
they left, we watched movies all night while
Yeah.
eating a bunch of popcorn. It was around 11:30, and we just finished watching Infinity War.
Hey,
I told
perfect.
my brother to brush his teeth and go to bed. I stayed up later than him
And
to
he
watch
listened?
the movie Logan.
Okay.
The movie
Usually little
ended, and
siblings
it
be
was
like,
around 12 in
no.
the morning.
Right.
I was getting ready for bed when my brother came down the stairs. I asked him what he was still doing up, and he said the boogeyman was in his closet and wanted to
Michael
touch
Myers?
him.
Whoa.
What?
I
Whoa.
looked at him in
He
confusion.
wanted
Whoa.
to touch you.
My brother isn't
Touch
the type
you?
of kid to pull pranks or
Right.
goof around.
I'm that way.
He wanted me to check it out. I said fine and started saying he probably just heard a house noise.
Mm-mm.
He said he heard a noise coming from his closet, and when he checked inside, the boogeyman was there
Oh, heck.
and said he
Ew.
wanted to touch him.
Silent
Well,
film.
We
You
went
want to
inside
touch
his
that?
room,
Right.
turned on the light, and we went to the closet door. I opened it, and what I saw made me seriously angry. There was a tall, scruffy-looking man
What?
with long, black,
What?
greasy hair.
What?
He looked as if he was in his mid-40s and was
How'd he get in the
barely
house?
I was pissed off when I saw this creep watching my 10-year-old brother sleep.
Oh, he
And
a
I figured
bold
out
one.
what my brother
He
meant
is.
when he said the boogeyman wanted to touch him.
Yes.
Pause.
I was so pissed off.
Punch him.
I
There you
watched
go.
this
Clock him in the
bro.
cold.
There you
Punch him.
go.
Floor gasping for air.
Yes.
Hey!
6 times.
What's good?
That's good. It's on site.
Breathing. I grabbed my brother
Yes.
and ran into the bathroom.
That's a
Locked
smart
the door
one.
and calling the cops. Then I called my
Beat
parents. My
That
parents
would've been me
freaked
too.
out.
Smart kid.
In about 10 minutes, the cops showed up and
Clock him
searched
dead in
the
the
bedroom.
throat.
That was blood.
He wasn't in there.
How'd he
They
get out the
searched
house?
He wasn't anywhere to be found.
He got out through the window. How'd he
He left.
get
He
in?
left. I don't know how
Description
you got
of his
in.
appearance, and an officer even stayed at our house until
Good.
sunrise.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
A week later, I was informed that the same guy was caught and arrested for raping an 11-year-old boy and murdering his parents. It turns out he had raped multiple children before.
Damn.
Oh
and
my
even
God.
murdered some of them and their parents.
Wow.
He was 47 years old and received a death sentence.
Damn.
Wow.
God.
My brother never came downstairs to tell me what happened. Then I fear the worst could have happened to
Oh,
him.
my goodness gracious.
And I'm extremely thankful that didn't happen.
That you fought him.
Paul.
Thank you. Oh, that's
That's scary as
scary.
hell.
I'm
not
glad
gonna
that he
lie.
fought back. He saw him and decked him.
He was like, you know, oh, I saw him stomping him out. I was like, yes,
I
yes.
would do that.
I'll be
I
like,
would do that
kids.
for sure. Let
all we-
somebody be in my house.
Yeah, I'll be like,
Especially
kids.
trying to get our children. I'm either I'm going to jail
Yeah.
or you are.
We got
One
that.
of us
We
going.
got that Glock.
So
You know,
Yeah, the
like,
Glock, we
kids.
stab
If anything happens, go to the safe. Get the Glock.
no, you don't want to tell them where
I'm like,
it is.
listen,
Exactly.
get
I
the
would
No.
just
Glock.
stab
I'm gonna
him.
have the kids shooting in the rain.
I would just
What?
stab him.
What's wrong for them to protect themselves? See, I am an theorist. Area 51.
No, Dwayne.
You never know what might happen. An
Because first of
alien
all-
apocalypse might come down
I'm saying
on us.
we can handle that.
I'm saying if we're not home, if we're taking a trip to New Jersey.
First of all, they're gonna come with us.
No, they
Exactly.
not. I'm not taking no kids. I don't take no
Or
kids to
they're,
New
or they're
Jersey.
gonna stay with somebody else.
If they
So-
16,
Okay, if they're 16, I think
right?
you're
No, I'm
about,
talking.
like,
He was
little.
15 years old. He's gonna learn how. he gonna-
Okay, I thought you were talking about little. I'm like, yeah, no, they're gonna come and stay with
Exactly.
somebody if they're little.
No, if they're little, I
Right.
don't think they gonna stay with somebody. I'm saying if he's like 16 or she's 16, I'm gonna teach her how to use that Glock.
Okay.
And then she go, you know,
Teach her
bang
to stab
bang,
somebody, man.
Yeah.
gang gang. Right. Anyway, let's
Gotta stab him.
the maid horror story.
Oh, God.
No, I've heard so many bad things about
We
maids.
used to have a maid from Indonesia, and her name is Wati.
I'd rather clean the house myself.
Well, one night
Or
it
get
was
the little-
probably
we got this
around
That's
little
saving
robot.
money.
Pause. We got this little robot.
Yeah,
That
we
was
was
about-
watching it all night. Like
It's entertaining.
we got it. Like we've never had like an automated like vacuum.
Right.
And so like when we used it, we were just in our bedroom, just like literally just watching it at the edge of our bed, just like seeing where it's going, see if it's gonna bump into stuff. Like, ooh, is it gonna hit it? It's gonna hit it? Nope. And it like fix itself so they can go around
the meme
corners
with the
and
DVD
stuff.
corners. That's how it basically is.
Yeah, like with the Sony corner, trying to see if it hits it.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. Like I feel like.
Would y'all like a 24-hour stream of
No.
of the vacuum cleaner or more? I guarantee you that joint would get millions of views.
It was just so interesting. I don't know why it was so captivating.
Because it was the future.
Okay.
Anyway, that's not what I'm
It was
Everyone
huge.
was sleeping. Suddenly, my brother and I heard my maid weeping. She was crying softly. We thought
Crying
she
for-
probably missed her family in
Aw.
Indonesia, so we just ignored her and
Let
went
her
back to
see
sleep.
them.
The next day, at the same time, around 2 a.m., she was weeping again. This went on and on for 3 months.
Wow.
We told our
Thank
parents
God they're
about it,
crazy
and
people.
everyone
She's
had the
very
same thought. She probably missed her family back home.
Mm-hmm.
One night at 9 p.m., my brothers and I were chilling in the living room. My maid was in the kitchen washing dishes. My dad was fixing the kitchen light, and suddenly my dad saw a shadow running around in the storage room. My dad thought it was one of us
Nacho?
playing around, so my dad called out to my
Like,
brother,
whatever.
"Can you please get the light bulb from the drawer?" But no one answered. Then my dad shouted, "Hey, can someone help me out and get the light bulb for me?" Both of us ran towards my dad from the living room, which is on the opposite side of the storage room.
Oh.
Then got
That
confused.
dude got
and
nervous.
asked us
Like,
why
my
we came
kids
from the
right there.
living
Now,
room.
what the hell is over there?
That's where we
got
were.
goosebumps and walked into the storage room.
Uh-uh.
We switched the lights on and saw that there was no one there.
Uh-oh.
However, we saw the maid shaking. She
What?
looked at us, then started weeping again. My dad asked, "Who was that?
What
and
is
why are
going
you
on?
weeping?" My maid then explained that it was her guardian from Indonesia.
The
My dad
hell?
asked her to call him
Her
out,
what?
and he was going to call the police. But my maid stated that it was not a human, but a spirit that was summoned to protect her.
Yeah, no, no.
In the
After
shape
that,
of
my
Virginia.
dad brought
Nah,
us
you
to
got
That we
Yeah.
ain't staying at
told
home.
her to chase the
Yeah,
spirit
you need
away.
Jesus.
Did an exorcism?
Yeah.
Following that incident, we no longer heard the maid weeping, and she was sent back to Indonesia 3 days after the incident.
Them
Yeah,
damn
no.
demons,
You
hell
just clean the
no.
house
Yeah.
by yourself. Get
When
the
I
kids
was
to do
around
it.
5 or 6 years old, I experienced something that I can't really explain. I just came home from school one day and I decided I would play with my toy cars. When I opened the door to my room, I saw that all my cars were disorganized.
He's like, I didn't do
freaked
that.
out. I have OCD, and so
Oh.
that's why I freaked out.
You think I would never?
I then accused my
Yeah.
mom of
Over-
messing with my
um,
toys, but she swore she never
overoperated
touched them.
disorder.
You went in my room, Mom.
I let it go.
Don't ever go in my
I
room.
was asleep, and my
Hey,
dad
first
was
of all,
still
this is
up.
my house.
He saw a kid go into the bathroom, and he thought it was me. He yelled, "Go back to bed." My mom thought he was crazy, especially since I was fully asleep. When my parents went to my room to check on me, I was knocked out on my bed. My dad went to sleep, and my
Can't
mom
run
did
that
too.
fast.
The next day, however, my mom had a creepy experience.
Okay.
She was walking down the hall with my laundry, and she was knocked over by someone. The crazy part is, I was in school, and my dad was at work.
Oh, so who is there?
She was supposed to be alone in the house. She picked up the laundry that fell and placed them on my bed. After she left my room, however, she saw a picture lying on the floor.
Of.
She picked it up and then fainted. I came home and saw her passed out on the floor.
What is it?
I got scared because I thought my mom was dead. She woke up only to start crying. She told me that she saw my baby cousin. I said, "So what?"
Okay.
But
Who
then
is
she
dead?
said, "Son, your cousin is dead." Turns out he was killed in an accident before I was born.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Nothing else has happened since that day.
Oh, he just wants to
But
play.
I'm convinced that those experiences won't be the last.
He's just going around the house playing. He wanted to play with the toys.
But
He's
push
not over
down
there
the mom
killing
and it'll
people.
kill her.
This happened when I was much
For
younger.
real, Dwayne.
What do
My
you?
brother was on the
Oh,
soccer team.
just a play?
Yeah. Is a kid? Would you rather a kid ghost
I'd rather
that
no
wants
ghosts.
to play,
I'd rather no
or
ghosts.
a grown one that wants to kill you.
I'd rather no
Okay,
ghosts
I
at
don't
all.
think the kid goes.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying if you had a ghost, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
No,
don't
I
They
think the kid
would
had
goes.
a ghost,
Get an
so I'd
exorcist.
rather have a little kid there, just
Get an
playing with the
exorcist
cards.
and exorcise that ghost.
Let's call him Sean. My family went to his soccer match, which was at a local park.
Mm-hmm.
This park included a huge soccer field and a playground area.
Cool.
I was getting bored of watching the game and went over to the playground, where I spotted this kid who had a Spider-Man web shooter on his wrist.
Ooh, cool.
Being a big fan of Spider-Man, I walked up to him. I asked him if it was the silly string shooting toy, and he nodded. Then he said, I have another one in my family's car. I'll show you. So he led me over to his van that was parked in the parking lot nearby.
What if he's not a kid?
He began to crawl
What if
in.
he's a grown man? He's a
His
midget.
father was in the front seat. He gave me a weird, creepy grin,
Hell?
but I still started to climb into the van.
Why
No.
would you?
Out of nowhere, I heard my father shouting my name.
Yeah.
I
Thank
was pushed
God.
out by the kid, and he slammed the van door shut. The
Oh,
van
That's a
sped off,
man.
and my dad ran towards me and hugged me.
that wasn't a kid.
After that, my family and my brother left the game.
Mm-mm.
If my father didn't notice I had left the playground,
That was
or
not a
was
kid.
a minute late, I don't know where I'd be right
That was a full-grown adult pretending to be a
You think
kid.
that was
Midget.
now. I
a...
just want to tell any parent who is either reading or listening to this, please, don't follow strangers into your kid's head.
Yeah.
Ooh.
My scary apartment.
When I was
basement.
4 years old, my family and I used
You
to
have a
live in a
basement
huge
in the
apartment. Along with the apartment
Oh.
complex
Oh,
was a
the
huge
apartment's
basement where we could do our
basement. Okay.
laundry. However, in order to get there, we had to take the elevator.
Oh, that sucks.
One day, my
Yeah.
mom was doing the laundry.
I live in a
My brothers and I
apartment, so
accompanied her.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My two brothers were playing together. Meanwhile, I was wandering off to the dark basement's hallway.
Why?
As I walked
Oh,
in
no.
further, I saw bloody footprints that were the same size as my feet.
Turn around.
Turn around, buddy.
I followed the footsteps, and
See,
they suddenly
why
stopped
these a
at the
bunch
end
of
of the
white
hallway.
people?
I looked up and I saw
Oh,
two kids. A boy with brown hair and brown eyes, and a girl with blonde hair and brown eyes. They were both my age.
Oh my god.
There was something odd about them,
With
but
blood
like
marks
any
on
other
them?
5-year-old, I just ignored it. I turned my head around to see if there was anyone else in the hallway,
Why
but
would
there
you?
wasn't. As I turned my head around to look at the kids again,
Gone.
they vanished.
Spirits?
So there
I
you
was
go.
confused.
There
I mean,
goes,
how could that
Yeah.
be possible? There was only a wall in front of me. A few days later, I was getting into the elevator. As soon as I entered, I saw the kids again. I asked them where their mom and dad were, but they didn't respond. I turned around and I pressed the button to go to the third floor.
And then they're gone again.
And as I turned back to them, again, they were gone.
Yeah. There
I was
goes.
shocked. So I told the janitor about what happened. Apparently, there was a horrible situation some time ago. A family used to live here, and the parents killed their own children.
Oh my god.
Now their ghosts hunt the whole complex in search for their bodies.
That's a messed
Several
up
years
fate.
have passed, and we moved out. But I still wonder if they ever ended up finding their bodies.
So
I don't
that's a
think
wandering
so.
I
spirit.
don't think so either.
I don't
That's
think
a
that the
sad
body
way
would
to
still
go.
be there in the apartment building. Then they would have moved him.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. That's bad.
Maybe the
That
worst
is
way to
bad.
go.
See, this just reinforces my thought of just not looking at my children. Like, I'm going to be watching them wherever they go. If they're at a park or whatever, I'm going to have to be in vision of you wherever I'm sitting.
Yeah.
Because I don't want them running off and going anywhere. 'Cause you can tell them. You can tell kids, oh, don't go to strangers and stuff like that. And they may listen and they may not listen.
I
Because
know.
they're little. So, like, they're going to be like, okay. Like, if you say, like, oh, I got a toy. Ooh, coming. Like, they're just going to go.
Guys, comment below. That's what you think.
Don't forget to like,
Subscribe.
share.
More.